Hi everyone, and welcome to the 3 things I've learned this week in sports, tech, and live events as we bring the weekly insights we've been doing for a few years now to video and audio. So what are the 3 things, why do we do them, and why would anyone care? Well, we consider that if anyone's going to spend any time listening to what we're learning, we'd like them to get to know who we are and why we're sharing our adventures. So my name is Tony Knopp. I've been working in SaaS, sports tech, and live events for just over 20 years. That's right, 20 years. It's been really fast. I've worked on the team side, the tech side, the enterprise side, B2C, B2B, on both sides of the ticketing market. I've been an entry-level sales rep, dialing for dollars. I've been a department head at an acquired tech startup. I've been the CEO of a broke 3-person startup. I've raised 20 million bucks. I've exited millionaires. I've sold companies. I've advised startups which have sold. And the whole thing has been a total roller coaster of really, really high highs and really rock bottom lows. Great bets and more than our fair share of stupid mistakes. So why do we start the 3 things? A few years ago, we started sharing stories about what we're learning and what we've been doing. In 2007, 2 of my coworkers and I left our very cushy jobs at StubHub, and we wanted to start our own company. And in the 13 years since, I've learned so much the hard way. We tried our best to learn along the way and avoid the avoidable mistakes. We talked to mentors, we read the blogs, we took online courses, and we tried to find others whose experiences we could learn from, but that was really hard because VCs generally write about massive wins or really gigantic losses. So it was hard for us to find stories from those who went from, 0 to $100 million, but it took 10 plus years because it's really, really hard. It's generally pretty ugly. It's not very glamorous. But it's a terrific experience, and it's a great win for a lot of people. It creates a lot of jobs, and people have life experiences with it. So more importantly, after all those stories, after all the heartbreak, all the sleepless nights, after all the anxiety battles, the wins, the losses, the embarrassments, and the long nights at the office and on the road away from our family, I was 10 years in, and I had nothing to share with the people that I loved most about the journey. And if the journey was the reward, I hadn't made any record of it. They say good judgment comes from experience and experience comes from bad judgment. So let's just say we've earned a lot of experience along the way. And that's the point of the 3 things. This is an open journal to the people that I love and to the people that are around us. I wanted to put in writing all of the mistakes I've made and all the lessons I learned for those I love and for those that are venturing into the worlds of sports, SaaS, tech, and live events so they can learn from and hopefully avoid some of the mistakes that we made. That's really all. By many accounts, we've been a great success story for a lot of people's standards. We'll talk on that another time. And whether we become a bigger success or we don't make the right decisions and things go south, there's going to be something to learn from what we do right, and more importantly, a lot to learn from what we do wrong. One of our recent 3 things was a simple thought that we stand by, and that's that an idea stands on its own merit. It seems that today, though, accomplishments bring more credibility to ideas. And though we know that's not what we want to have happen here, if a resume is necessary, we'll read off a resume. I'm uncomfortable doing it, but we'll do it anyways. In our time, I was the #1 sales rep at the LA Kings as an entry-level sales rep, and then later at AEG Sports. I was the #1 salesperson in StubHub corporate sales at 25 years old. And then eventually I was a co-department head of a department which now counts 6 multi-millionaire entrepreneurs as alumni at the same time. We started a company with $66,000 of our own money. We watched our investor go bankrupt, leaving us with nothing. We ended up growing it through 3 rounds of financing. We exited my co-founders. They're wealthy men, they've done well, and we've been offered big dollars for this business along the way. I've advised 2 companies which have sold, and I'm on the board of a couple of others. We grew a conference and a trade show to 400 people plus annually. We've been very honored and blessed that our company has made the best places to work in Los Angeles list 8 times, with a ranking as high as number 3. We've been on the Inc. 5000 8 times. We would have been 10 had I applied earlier, one of the mistakes I made. And we've won a bevy of awards. But those are my personal accomplishments. I'm really uncomfortable talking about them. I'm glad that's over with. I'm thankful for them, but honestly, they're just not that important to me. They're what I do for a living. They're not who I am. It's what I do for work. What is important to me is service. It's helping, it's contributing while I'm here. I spend as much time as I can volunteering at my local church with the 3rd through 5th graders. I volunteer with our company at Food Banks Monthly. I do everything I can to help others with time and money, including supporting the International Justice Mission and the United Nations Foundation. In the 3 things, you will not see anything tied to wealth, money, power, or fame. I appreciate that those things are important to some people and they matter to others, and I respect that. It's just not who I am. I am not a production professional, nor do I aspire to be. Raising a family, contributing to our community, and serving our team leaves us with very little free time. So these videos are going to have plenty of errors, and the goal of them is to do them in one take. However we look and feel on that day, and with all the gaffes unedited and without a target time. Some of our experiences take longer than others. So now you know about me and why the 3 things is what it is. Honestly, it doesn't matter how many people engage with them. If one helps one person and provides a journal to my family, then that'll be good enough for me. I hope you find some value in our trial and experiences and in our journey. And otherwise, until next time, thank you for tuning in.